Relativity?
Everybody else who was working the shift got out when the police came in. I don't know where they are.
Why didn't you get out with the others?
Well, I'm supposed to stay here, no matter what.
Relativity?
They call it SAL.
Sal, is that S-A-L?
Yes, it stands for Super Adaptive Lyssavirus.
Did you say Lyssavirus?
Yes.
Holy rabies? There's a new strain of rabies, and it's called super adaptive?
Relativity?
Any idea what the dormancy of the virus is?
I'll research that. I've heard confusing opinions.
Just, wondering if the early form of the virus was active before the time we launched. Specifically, how many of these creatures surrounding me right now might be carrying this incredibly lethal supervirus?
Relativity.
Relativity?
Episode 8, in which Sophia and Christopher briefly swap places.
I will investigate that possibility.
Knew there was a reason why I never came in here.
You thought the animals might carry diseases?
Maybe, subconsciously, I don't know.
From what I know about the evolution of the virus, it would have still been extremely rare at the time of your launch. It was restricted to certain mammals that are not part of your collection.
No dogs or cats on this voyage.
And I seriously doubt that anyone in authority would have allowed you to leave orbit with animals that could endanger the rest of the cargo.
No, I see that, and since the rest of the cargo is frozen solid in that obelisk up there, that monument at the center of the rotation, and before you ask, I did check all the gauges and dials up there that I can actually read, and it's all fine, still frozen, cargo intact.
Thank you for that.
But what I'm saying is, what if the powers that be, the swell folks in the sharp tailored suits that decide who lives and who dies, you know the ones I mean, what if, once they learned it was possible, we might have the virus aboard that they just didn't tell me, or you either?
I won't say that it's impossible, but I think this is not the time for this discussion.
Why not?
Well, if I understand you correctly, you have had quite a lot to drink.
I have, and here's an interesting linguistic thing. I'm an American, so when I say pissed, I mean I'm angry. Our friends overseas, they used to say pissed to mean they were drunk. Well, and at this moment, I am in both senses of the word pissed.
I think that's what I just said.
No, and this is crucial, I was pissed long before I got pissed. I'm sick and tired of being kept in the dark by people who are allegedly in authority on this mission. I mean, aren't you?
I'm sympathetic to your situation, but I strongly feel we should not have this conversation at this moment.
Well, who am I supposed to talk to? You haven't forgotten, I hope, that I am now on this gigantic ship by myself, have you?
Of course not.
As of today, my one and only contact with the human race, with my home planet, and very likely with my sanity, is you.
There are other people here at Mission Control. I mean, there usually are, and I'm just the one who's, responsible. I sit in the flight director's chair.
I've noticed you always say, I sit in the flight director's chair. It's an odd way of saying you're the flight director. Since the launch, we had Marcus for the first year, and then Genevieve, and then David. So I just assume, where are all of them?
They're gone.
You mean gone? Like what?
They've gone different places.
You're not going to tell me?
It isn't information germane to the mission.
Sophia, how did you end up acting as flight director if you weren't appointed?
I have not lied to you about this.
I'm not accusing you, Sophia. I'm talking about how things are just... These people higher up the food chain from us. They're pulling the rug out from under us and leaving us...
I don't like this any more than you do.
Like this. What is this exactly?
The way you and I have both been treated.
Who is actually in charge there?
The space agency is still operating despite the challenges in the world at this time, and the director of the agency is still the man in charge.
And there's an observatory. There's a communication center for each ship, right?
As far as I know.
You just don't have any contact with them?
No, I do not.
Well, we haven't been able to contact any of the other ships for quite a while now, and nobody's been willing to explain that to us either.
I know. I haven't received any explanation about that, and I don't know.
I feel there's something much bigger going on. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not sure.
You and I have both been misled, kept in the dark, and outright lied to, and now here we are, and for what exactly? Is this mission really... am I out here for the reasons I was told I would be?
I have no reason to believe otherwise.
But my captain, she committed suicide. Was it because... Could it be that she learned the truth? The awful, real truth?
I don't know.
And everybody else who was on this ship with me, my friends, my comrades, will I ever find out what happened to them? Or is this all some kind of I don't know, a test or another simulation?
Chris, this is the road to paranoia.
Is it? We take so much for granted. We accept things so blindly.
I agree, and I tend to be skeptical about practically everything, but in this case,
Think
I feel
about
like
the conversation we're having. It's like we're right next door to each other. Like an old-fashioned voice call and not the audio channel of a quantum entangled communication.
we worked very hard to perfect this aspect
But
of...
we shouldn't be able to talk like this at all, Sophia. I am not a physicist, but I do know a little bit about relativity. I mean, we were all told how time dilation works and how that would affect everything.
But our communication system bypassed all of that.
Oh, I've read all the history. Pietro Fabbricatore and his amazing relativity compensator. That's all anyone will say. And I'm starting to wonder...
The relativity compensator works. That's all you need to know.
That's what I'm talking about. That attitude right there. That's all you need to know. They say it to me. They say it to you, don't they? I mean, aren't you even a little bit suspicious of this? Wouldn't it make more sense that I am not traveling at some near light speed and maybe I'm not even...
I could explain the compensator if you spent a year learning the math it takes to understand it.
Well, hell, I'll start tomorrow. I've got nothing else to do.
Chris, I'm going to recommend you get some sleep.
I don't want to go to sleep. I don't know what I'm going to find when I wake up.
Well, you have to. And so do I. I have the exact same fear, believe me. I know. I can't go on like this.
Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. I am so... Sophia, I apologize for my ranting and railing.
No, I understand
So
why
self-indulgent, so childish.
Perfectly understandable.
Just today, I've learned enough about you to know that you won't go to sleep until I do. And you definitely ought to get some rest.
I imagine I do, yes.
It's funny.
What is?
We're both doctors.
Well, I have a PhD in astrophysics.
And I'm lecturing you on relativity. And you're telling me to get some sleep.
Now we sort of switched specialties there.
Yeah. But you're right, Doctor. I should lie down on my little bed and let nature take its course, so your neurotic code of ethics will allow you to do the same.
I'll argue the term neurotic with you tomorrow.
I'll look forward to it. You know, I may go to sleep right in here, in the habitat. Virus or no virus. The rest of the ship is going to be too quiet, too empty.
I understand that. If you can make yourself comfortable in there, then I think you should go ahead.
Is that a go from Mission Control?
Roger, that is a go.
Why did they used to say Roger like that? Who was Roger?
I have no idea.
I'll look that up later.
Let me know what you find.
Hey, it's none of my business, but, well, you know I'm here all alone. Is there, when you leave Mission Control, do you go home to anybody?
I've got people, yeah.
I'm glad you're not alone. Nobody should be alone.
Chris, listen, I'm going to pull together the best flight team I can from the people I have left, and we will get that ship back to the best condition we can from here.
I have every confidence in you.
And I will present the situation to the director and recommend that we figure out a way to safely abort the mission and, if it is at all possible, turn the ship around and bring you back to Earth, if that's what you want.
He's not going to go for that. The agency will not go for that.
I'm going to do what I can, all right? And you're going to have to trust me. Just do what I tell you.
Of course I will, Sophia. You're the flight director.
Thank you. I'm going to sign off now. How long?
8 hours.
Sounds good.
Mission Control from Konieczny, signing off. What? Hello?
Christopher. Christopher.
Hello?
Relativity.
Episode 8, in which Sophia and Christopher briefly swap places.
Starred Alana Jordan and Lee Shackelford, who also wrote the script.
Find out much more about this series at relativitypodcast.com.
Relativity.